One unified dislike, and those are those pesky New York City rats.
The city will now require buildings with 1 to 9 residential units to put their trash into bins like this one starting November 12th.
The public space has been hijacked. We all see it. Mounds and mounds and mounds of plastic bags.
People wonder why we have a rat problem in this city. Well, duh. Maybe it's because historically we've left 16 billion pounds of trash out for them to eat every year.
Don't you believe it?
When everything breaks at the seams and you feel like you're losing belief. Well, damn it, you just gotta stay strong when it all falls apart and goes wrong. When you feel let down and so lost, and it feels like you can't hold on. Well, damn it, you just gotta stay strong, 'cause sometimes things go wrong, and one day everything's gone, but you can make it out and move on. So damn it, you just gotta stay strong.
Well, there's a lot that's going on here in New York. And we do apologize that we haven't been covering some of it. And we're trying to catch up with it because unfortunately we had a bit of a, how do they call it, electronic crisis here. We had a bit of a systems crash. Some of our hard drives went down. Our backups went down as well. So we had to rebuild the channel from scratch. As far as our systems here, we're still on a laptop. The laptop survived, thank God. But most of our hard drives we had to replace. In fact, we got one running now. Got something nice that someone sent me, and I really do appreciate that they went out of their way to purchase one for us, and we really appreciate that. Thank you very much out there. No, they don't want to be named or anything like that, but they really do appreciate to give us something to help this channel, which down below, if you want to help this channel, you look at the listings below as well. We give you 2 ways of doing it. Now, in New York, we know with the Mayor Adams that basically it looks like he's not going to be going to trial anytime soon on his accusations. We'll be catching up on that next week. We'll discuss that. And then, of course, the insanity with Hochul and making the changes on there. But I want to talk about something, and this was something that came out toward the end of January that we wanted to cover, and we didn't get a chance to. And we've discussed this before, and I've said this about New York. Our governor and our mayor, we're in a big bit of a grift with them. They're grifters. And they're screwing out the New York taxpayer. And basically they're funding these things that are just completely, totally, massively insane. We've heard, like through the MTA, the congestive pricing tax, which could be removed. From what I understand, there's talks that I think it's the Department of Transportation through Trump may interject their way in here with basically if it's not removed, they're going to lose federal dollars. So that's in the discussion. We have $1,000 garbage cans, which may not come into the U.S. because the company is out of the U.S. For the street level. And basically because of the tariffs, $1,000 for a garbage can is ridiculous on there. But speaking of garbage cans, we know that last year, the former head of sanitation, basically, who's now the head, you can't make this up, who is now the head of the NYPD, Jessica Tisch, and Mayor Adams, they forced New Yorkers, and they were rolling them out, to buy these, I think it's $30 to $50 garbage cans. And they touted them to basically it was to help reduce the rat problem in New York City. Now, I know on this channel you said to yourself here, man, on the show, with the show, you know that basically you've had your doubts on this. You know that this was not going to work. And, and this is what I said, that these cans are not going to stop the rats. The worst thing that could happen with this is that they drive the rats further into people's homes. We don't want that to happen. And that's what, during COVID, when the restaurants were all shut down, they weren't throwing garbage, the rats were just literally looking for food. And they were going into all the wrong places. But we're hearing now these new garbage cans that have been put out on the streets where we're supposed to put our garbage into these cans. Well, as you can see from this photo, yeah, they're eating into it. And, rat proof ain't rat proof. For the reason is, and, this is, you got to remember this. When you look at the species of rat, they can eat into plastic, they can eat into metal, drywall, they fit in, the size of a quarter, they can squeeze through because they don't have a backbone really. They can get into anything. What they're trying to do is they say, well, we do this and we'll get rid of them, they'll die, and you're not getting rid of them. You're not. I mean, last year he put a rat czar into effect. Have anything been really done? No. So these garbage cans that they're forcing New Yorkers to pay are not doing the job they're supposed to do. So we're going to read a little bit into this from the New York Post. Rodents apparently gnawing through dense rat-proof trash bin mandated by NYC. Rodents have apparently gnawed clear through the dense plastic of the Big Apple's supposedly rat-proof new trash bins, but the city said the results show that the containers are largely keeping the pest away. Not really, because you see that hole there, they're getting in. One container was spotted in Williamsburg Thursday with a rat-sized hole, one expert said, appeared to have been made from a rodent, marking a battle lost for humans in the so-called trash revolution. It's confirming the concern that this is not going to prevent rats from being a problem, Shannon Phibbs, the founder of the Berry Street Alliance, told the Post. It basically rendered useless because that just became their entry and exit. This is mandated trash can that was advertised as rat-proof can being gnawed through. The now ruined $50 lidded rolling can, dubbed the New York City bin, had only been on Berry Street off North 6th Street for several weeks as part of the city's latest anti-rat campaign. Now, no, it hasn't fully rolled out. It's been rolling out section by section right now. I think they're just up to the basics right now. I think it's under 22 apartments. Under the rollout, buildings with 9 or fewer units were mandated to shell out for the sanitation department branding containers starting in November. Last summer, Adams proudly called the containers rat-proof and would do the job in cracking down on the Big Apple's thriving rat population. Oh, just wait till the summer. Bizarrely, however, the fine print clearly states that the warranty doesn't not cover damage from wildlife. Phibbs relented that the rat sightings have decreased in Williamsburg since the summer, but claimed that the new bins should not be given the credit as the solution. The elimination of outdoor dining has likely given the rodents less of an incentive to run amok in the northern Brooklyn enclave. The bins, she continued, have only proven to be an added expense to residents who already own the perfectly functional plastic bins. The plastic bins apparently had no chance against the vermin-intense strong front teeth. The choppers rank a 5.5 on the Moss scale, which the geologists used to measure minerals for hardness. For the comparison, iron scores around 5.0. There's little doubt that a pesky rat or several carved out the hole an expert told the Post. Yes, this looks like a rodent gnawing, said Michael H. Parsons, a senior investigator for the Center of Urban Ecological Solutions. What? You think the impact drill did that? They would have simply gnawed through it to get to its contents or scents inside. Although the battle in the trash revolution may be lost, Parsons said the war is not entirely over yet. Evidence of the rodents chewing through garbage cans is not necessarily a bad sign. Really. It means that the animal is stressed and exposing itself for long periods of time against predators and conspicuous just to get subsistence. This means the best food source has been contained, so the garbage bins are doing their job, just keeping the cup half full.
Don't you believe it?
This person does not know, who said this, does not know what a rat does. Because basically rats are not afraid of people. You know, a little mouse, you're like, and the mouse runs off on there. Rat will stay there and look you down. They're not afraid to come out, and they're not afraid of other predators. These rats are getting bigger and bigger. The sanitation department did not answer the Post questions about the claims that the bins are rat-proof or whether the city will compensate the building owners for their destroyed container. Rat sightings citywide fell 23% in December compared to the year before and are down 25% or so far this month, said Joshua Goodman, the department commissioner of public affairs and customer experience. We didn't invent these bins. They're used all over the world because they work to stop rats, and the numbers prove that they're working here. Not really. And I'll tell you why. It's called winter. It is really called winter. Most of these rats are in the down below. There are some that will come above ground, that will scamper if they can't get food, but most of them will be looking for their food down below. And some of them are in the middle of basically, let's say, restocking their population. A representative from the city hall confirmed that they were investigating the gobbled trash bins in Williamsburg, but reiterate that the containers appear to be doing their jobs. Exposed black trash bags litter our streets and turn our sidewalks into all-you-can-eat rat buffets, which why the Mayor Adams is leaving them in the past, said Liz Garcia, deputy press secretary for Adams. Trash bins are our city's future, and we've already seen positive impacts of our new bin rules. Rat sightings continue to plummet since we've started the residential bin translation in November, proving that the bins are a smart and much more rat-proof alternative. Like any new program, we'll continue to make adjustments and we'll send all of our rat packing, but we are confident that the bins are making our streets cleaner and improving quality of life. No, they're not. They're not. One, it's the wintertime. Wait till the summer. Two, we've had bins. For those of you who are not in my age group, from my generation, we've had cans on the street before. Metal cans, to be exact. And we removed them. Why? Because they became a danger and a hazard to the streets of New York. Also, on top of that, it basically takes time away from pickups, especially in largely dense areas where basically the sanitation is picking up 30, 40, 50 bags from one large complex. It allows them to just throw the bags into the sanitation vehicle. Now what you have is, if you have a large building, which right now we're dealing with the small ones right now, but if you have a large building like a NYC or something like that, are you going to put them all in cans or these larger units and stuff like that? It's really hard to say with these situations. And when it comes to the regular residents, these cans end up on the street. They end up, garbage men pick them up. They end up getting thrown. And basically, someone might kick it to the street, ends up underneath a car, or during a very bad rainstorm. And it's happened to my can. Basically, I've had my can go down a block and a half during a rainstorm. And I had something similar to these cans. And they generally on there. And I've had to deal, and that's the thing they don't tell you. Rats are not the only type of animals in New York City. If you live in the outer boroughs, like Staten Island, the Bronx, you're also dealing with possums and raccoons out here. And in some cases now, in Central Park, you're dealing with coyotes. So you have other animals coming into the perspective of these bins. They say it's rat proof, it ain't animal proof. But it's not 100% rat proof. If you're getting one hole in one particular can, you know it's more than one can that's it's happening to. It's like when they say, when you see a roach or two in your house, it's not just one or two. It's, you know, somewhere there's like a small colony and you got to get rid of it. And this is the same situation. You know, one rat opens up that hole, you end up getting a dozen of them showing up and going in and out. This is going to happen. But this is the grift. These are the cans. And like it says in the article, the warranty doesn't cover, you know, damage from wildlife. These cans were touted as being basically rat proof. Who is this company? They got supposedly further down south a bit. I think it was it Pennsylvania? I'm trying to remember on that. But the thing about it is, this is what they bought. This is what they got. The contract that went out. And, you know, when you people criticize what's going on in Washington with Doge and stuff like that, this is the type of waste in government that happens. This is the type of waste that you see, that we don't need this. We never needed this. The outer boroughs, a lot of people do use these cans similar. But now you're forcing us to buy the city can because it's supposed to be better. And to spend up to $50 for these cans, which I can get cheaper in Home Depot or Lowe's or somewhere else, or even online, mind you. But this is government waste, always constantly happening, thinking that they could do better to alleviate a problem. See, the thing about it is, we're always going to have garbage. Do we need to improve on our garbage skills? Yeah, we do need to improve on that. But also, we need to take care of the rat population. How do we do that? We put things into play to reduce the amount of rats on our streets and in our underground. We go in there. I mean, there are people who do patrols with specialized dogs that go in and take these rats out. They're on constant. Maybe we need to put more money into that to get more of those type of dogs into play. You know, and then of course poisons and, you know, extermination and stuff like that, which they don't want to do because they say the poisons will harm our environment. What they get? You got to do something. Trash cans are not the thing that's going to slow the rat population. Garbage is garbage. It will be always there. People have garbage in their homes. You're going to force the rats into people's homes if you continue to try to seal the garbage on the outside. It's going to happen. God forbidding that, you know, a child gets bitten or you know, a piece of them is bitten off of their body. God forbid. Whose fault is that then? They're going to try to blame either the people that live there because they said, oh, no, they must live in bad conditions. Or basically they're going to blame the complex they live in. So comment. Let me know your thoughts about this. Do you live in New York? Do you have one of these cans? Have you had a problem? Let me know. Don't forget to like, share this video, and hopefully today's the day I earn your subscription. So until next time, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for clicking on this video. Until next time, we'll see ya. Have a good one. Bye-bye now.